I should recreate those slides, Judy, because PowerPoint.
So we can go on and look. Let me get my slideshow, and we'll start with the current from this current one. Okay. All right. Which one of these statistics, does this data really help right now for me? All right. I need to know what my top landing pages are. I need that information. If my booth homepage is my top landing page, then there is some stuff I really need to do to my booth homepage. It's nothing more than refacing my store. It's exactly what it is. I also need to know what the entrance keywords and our phrases. I need the content drilled down. I need to know what people are using, because I'm telling you what I use to describe and what somebody else is going to be different, especially for different areas of the United States. We call a Coke pop. In St. Louis, it's a soda. Somewhere else, it's something else. They're all different terms. I need to know what those things are. For instance, I found out this week, getting ready for this PowerPoint, that everybody and their brother is spelling handled wrong. Handle. I didn't know that. When we were selling at Dale bought a business and industrial several years ago, and we had lots of solder tips, S-O-L-D-E-R, and lots of solder, S-O-L-D-E-R. All right, I'm really good. I spell very well. So I was listing it as solder, S-O-L-D-E-R. What is wrong? It's not selling. Do you know what I found out? The men can't spell. The guys spell it S-O-D-E-R. So when I changed it to S-O-D-E-R, it started showing up. I started selling it because I had what they were looking for. So I need to know what the entrance keywords are. I also need to know what my traffic sources are. How in the world can you make a decision on where you need to hit your marketing if you don't know where the traffic is coming from? You've got to know those things. You also need to know what referring sites, forums, your signature line, your email campaigns, your blogs, your Facebook, your Twitter. You need to know where your traffic's coming from. If you don't know where the traffic's coming from, how in the world are you ever going to focus in on that? Strangely enough, as I've watched one of these software support forums that I work on, I do first and second level tech support for some software forums. My signature line starts out with my Bonanza booth. Strangely enough, I started finding that people were clicking through that. Not only were they clicking through that, but they weren't going back to that support forum. They were navigating through Bonanza. It attracted their attention. All right, here are some things that you need to do. And yes, I understand that in order to do these, that you need to have a membership. You cannot be successful if you're not willing to advertise and to market. If you just put it up and don't ever do anything with it, then that is exactly what will happen. First of all, you move your top items to your booth homepage. If your booth homepage is what's getting hit the most, it makes perfect sense to take the items that they're hitting first, that are your top hit, and move them to where the traffic's coming to. You move them there. You use your custom sort order and move those top hit items to your booth homepage. Just because if you look at your booth homepage, for instance, my 10 Regal fittings, conduit fittings, they're in business and industrial, like 10 pages back in my booth, but they're being hit, and my booth homepage is being hit. So I use my custom form, and I send those 10 Regal conduit fittings to my booth homepage. So all the traffic that's coming in is seeing what's most hit and what people are most interested in. That Google Analytics just told me what the market trends was. It's telling me what people are looking for, what they're searching for. It'll help you keep track of the trends. It will let you know whenever your customers are starting to quit shopping for tennis shoes and flip-flops to go on vacation, and they're moving to school supplies, and they go from school supplies and they move into the Christmas mode. It will tell you that, but you're not going to know so that you can move quickly if you don't have the data in front of you. You also want to compare your entrance keywords to the title lines and description fields, and you want to alter the title and descriptions if needed. Notice I said if needed. If you don't need to do it, don't mess with it. If you do, it's refacing your store. It is refacing your store. It doesn't matter if you have 1,000 listings. If you've got 5 listings that are not performing and your keywords are not right, You open up the editor and you change it. And then you hit save and update your booth. You also make use of your chat box to welcome, and you change your message every day. Pay attention to your profile page. It's not just a list of what you're selling. They want to know something about you. They want to know, that's where you put who you are, what you're doing, why you do it, in conjunction with what you're selling, and change the content because Bill has so kindly made our profile pages where they're searchable. You also want to maintain your booth chat, your profile, and change your panels. All right, so what about your item traits and your attributes?